talking basketball. They're fucking dumb as shit. They talk about basketball, but they will make dumb ass jokes.
Hit that button because you come through when I don't. So anyway, it's just on my end, but yeah. All right, yeah.
You know who else? Speaking of coming through,
it's
Julius
not hasn't started.
Randle.
The show hasn't started yet.
All right. Getting ready.
Fuck it. Let's start the show like that. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pod Don't Lie with Sam and Stav. And our boy's a little eager, and you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say it. Hit it, Harry. Yeah, hell yeah, baby. Welcome to Pod Don't Lie, the number one, always believed in the Knicks. We're never poo-pooing the strategy podcast that there is with two equally passionate Knicks fans, Stavros Halkis and Sam Morrell. Never in doubt. It was never in doubt. We had King Julius, who's going to make all NBA. We're going to hey, the Knicks.
Do you really believe he's making all NBA now?
I'm all in. I'm all the way the fuck in, baby. Let's fucking go. He's not going to make it only because it's going to be a conspiracy of the league, and I'm still going to make my $50.
No.
Nevertheless, I am rooting for it to happen, and I'm all the way the fuck in, baby. I'm podcasting with my titties out. I saw the Knicks in person. My roommate, God bless him, surprised me with tickets. We wanted to go see a game, and we both got vaccinated. Zion's coming to town. He's just like, we're going to the Garden. I was like, I had no idea it was happening. We're in a fucking Uber, dude. Just being in that motherfucker, and I can't even imagine what it feels like. What it's gonna feel like when me and you are we're going to a playoff game. I don't care what it costs.
There's not even a question.
We're going to a fucking playoff.
There's not even a fucking question.
It was unfucking believable to watch. We watched the fucking Pelicans and the Knicks in a thrilling game, the perfect game you want. First quarter's kind of boring. You're settling in. Second quarter, they go off. They're looking awesome. Third quarter, the Pels are coming back.
RJ kept us in the game in the first quarter.
RJ was fucking great in person. And yeah, there's definitely, and you know what, that's what I'll say. As a podcaster, I've been away from the team, but I did my due diligence for the first time. I watched this team in person, and I can tell that's what was missing from my analysis. It was that I needed to see this team in person, and it really is everything that makes this team go is so much better in person. Everything about it, because it's fucking scrappy. It's just like they're not giving up. That fucking game was incredible. They're down like 7 with a minute to go, and it feels like this shit. It's like there's no way, and they're not. The offense isn't humming particularly. It's not like it doesn't feel like the kind of game that. Oh, it's not like the Warriors down 7 with a minute where it's like bam, before you know it, they're up 4 because they had a couple of threes. The offense was struggling. It was a low.
There were a few bad calls in a row.
A lot of bad calls, but it was just an ugly offensive game. So you think we're in there and we're like, fucks, this lead seems like we're not coming back from it. But I got it. The fucking energy in that arena with only 3,000 people, that last minute, it might as well have been full. Like it was lagging a little bit throughout because it's like, there's not that many fucking people. But at the very end, that fucking Nerlens block when fucking
Nerlens done that like once a game.
I know. He did it.
Like multiple blocks a game, but like in crunch time, he seems to always make a big block. He is a great backup center. He is. And you make fun of me for praising Taj. That dude pulls down 14 boards. He plays his fucking ass off, dude. He's a journeyman. He is part of the Tibbs culture.
I'm all in. We need Taj. What is Luol Deng doing? Where the fuck is Kirk Heinrich? Can we get that motherfucker in here?
I want Ben Gordon, dude.
Where's Ben Gordon? Let's get him out of whatever probably venture capitalist firm he's running, and let's get him out of the khakis and into some fucking shorts. Let's go all in. Let's trade number 1 picks. I don't give a fuck. I've drunk the Kool-Aid, and I've got a big fucking. My mouth is orange,
dude. That overtime 3 by Randall
Unbelievable.
Where he barely got it. I've never seen a closer play in my life.
It was insane. Even in the stadium, it was like, I don't know what happened. Like we had to like really watch the replay. It was insanity, dude.
So many, and dude, I mean, first off, props to D Rose, who has just like been a fucking machine off the bench, dude. That was like a broken play. It felt like a broken play when he drove to the hoop and then just finds Bullock. Bullock is just cash.
Yeah,
that dude,
great.
He has become so much better. It's funny. Last year,
it's crazy. He was on the Lakers roster. Like that. That was always a guy. If you go back into our archives, I always thought Reggie Bullock was good and that was a smart move for the Lakers to pick him up. Then they just let him go. I thought at the beginning of the season he'd be the kind of guy that would have value to trade because of his skill set, and he's got value on our team now. I mean, it's just like.
He's a 3-and-D guy.
Yeah.
He plays so hard on D. He made one bad foul on Ingram, and it was funny because you could tell he was like, "Oh man!" But I loved it because it's just indicative of how we play now. We're fucking. I'll tell you another thing. I just went to 3 sports stores trying to surprise you on the pod by taking off. I was going to take off a dress shirt and have a Julius Randle jersey under. They're all sold out.
They're sold the fuck out. I'm in the stadium. There's fucking Julius jerseys. There's Quickly jerseys. It's fucking people.
I want Julius though, dude.
Yeah, of course. Dude, that game was fucking absolutely crazy. And yeah, looked like a broken play. I gotta say, the Pels did sort of bail us out. You gotta foul
Lonzo's
D-Rose.
Defense was horrible.
You gotta
I don't know what he
D-Rose.
was doing.
And if you don't foul, you cannot leave a shooter open. It's fine, let D Rose have the fucking 2, but why would you get
when he did
forward?
that? I was like, what are you? I was confused when he started driving.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have a timeout left. I was confused, and then it was like
I think about to do it. I mean, it really. I was like,
but it looked like he confused Lonzo too.
Yeah. No, it was. And another thing I'll say again, it's just like. You watch Derrick Rose again in person, and it is like he is so much more fluid than anyone else on the Knicks, really, where it's like he just provided that scoring, like, that's what he was there for, to have a little more punch. I mean, they gave IQ some looks in there as well. He looks good too. But yeah, it is funny because it's like if you didn't know anything about basketball, right, and you just like watched that game, one of the people that would like stand out to you, obviously, Julius Wood, and obviously Zion is somebody that you're like, well, what the fuck's going on there? But Derrick Rose was like, with the ball in his hand, I think one of the most, fluid guy. He just could get to his spots. It was fucking awesome.
My only worry with Rose is he'll do the pick and roll with Randall a lot, and he doesn't. In the first half, he just never looked. You got to get Randall going because he was over his first 5 or something.
Yeah,
and then But you got to make sure he's making shots because Randall's a great passer, and Randall's making shots that makes everyone better. So he looked for him much more in the end. But Rose is not a great passing guard. He's a great scoring guard.
No, yeah, absolutely. And that was but it's it was just
But that was a great pass.
It was a great pass, and it was a great performance. It was like they needed somebody to just kind of be like, all right, I'll be a lead handler, and like we have, with Julius, we'll be the offense, especially after Art. That was the one thing that was heartbreaking is for RJ to foul out.
But he was dancing on the bench for them. Like, I love this team. I have not loved a team like this. I really loved the team with like Novak and Melo and JR. Yeah. That was a lovable team. But this team is totally in some ways more lovable because they're just bigger underdogs.
Because it's you got RJ it's like youth plus underdog. It's like even Julius, who's like in the middle of his prime, is like a guy who's a total comeback story. Total he was just like, and it was the kind of thing where even people that liked him thought, well, this is a guy that's useful, but his game does not translate anymore. This is a bully ball guy. Before he added his shot, before he was playmaking, he was really just a guy who could do a little rebounding and was really just a mid-range power forward that doesn't really exist anymore, and he was good at that, but he wasn't that's not a useful player.
Yeah, he felt like an out of place in time player. But it's funny. I remember Zach Lowe is always like, I love him. I don't know why I love him, even early on.
Yeah, he was. He was always talking about Julius Randle. Yeah, for sure.
And Laker fans love him. Like I have multiple friends who are Laker fans who text me like, I'm so happy he is doing well, because he was just a likable guy even as a rook there. But
yeah, well,
you know what it felt. You know what it felt like when I was in the store trying to get a Julius Randle jersey.
What's
and
that?
All they had was Obi Toppin. It kind of felt like in Jingle All the Way when the kid's like, I want Turbo Man, but they only have this shitty pink whatever guy was.
Yeah. Oh, totally, dude. Yeah, it was it was just like, it was so fun to watch that team in person, because again, it's not, let's be honest, it is not aesthetically pleasing basketball a lot of the times, but when you just watch those motherfuckers, how hard they try and how much they just made something happen out of nothing, out of just trying. It was just, and you know what, dude, I'm trying to go, another little aspect, I'm trying to go to these fucking COVID games because it's like comfortable. There's no one around you. You don't fucking know. No one's fucking breath is all on you. The fucking lines are shorter than my dick. It's just, you're just in and out everywhere you want to go, dude.
That's
it was
a great
so
point,
nice,
dude.
We gotta go I mean, we're going to the Battle for
We'll
State.
go next week.
The remnants.
Well, I'm
I'm
so glad that you're just all in now, and
I'm
we can
all
actually
the way
enjoy
the fuck
because.
In.
Once you were hating because of my mental illness, and that's understandable. But now that
I stopped taking my pills. This is me flushing my lithium down the toilet, and I'm like, let's get some fucking meth and let's go all the way, dude, Sammy.
We're in Florida. We're eating bath salts. It's going down. I am so into this team to the point that I'm like, I want Boston in the first round. How fun would a 4-5?
Yeah, dude.
Fuck Boston.
Fuck Boston.
I want Boston.
I want to be there. They're
going to be tough. Tatum is playing out of his fucking mind right now.
So
maybe part of me is like, I'd rather have the Hawks in the first round. But
you know what? Actually, I want the Hawks.
I would love
the Hawks. I would love for us to get to fucking. You know what? It's almost destiny. Something in us knew to start trashing Trae Young early on for no reason in the season.
We trash the Celtics all the time.
That's true, but that's an ancient.
They scare me because Tatum dropped 50 the other day. He had 44 or something, 43. He's on fire.
He's coming along for sure. And they did have a big win against the Warriors with Steph going fucking supernova. Saturday was a great day of basketball. Dude, remember the doldrums, dude? Going to that game, I'm out of the doldrums. It's like, I'm fucking so in. We get to see what can the Knicks reasonably do? The Heat are coming along a little bit too. You got the Heat, Celtics, Knicks, all kind of trying to figure
hit
out.
That game winner on
that was that was a great game. The Celtics Warriors game, and obviously the Knicks game was fucking unbelievable. So it was just a lot of.
What are you gonna do if the Knicks play the Bucks in the first round, 6-3?
First round would be brutal. I can't root for Giannis to lose in the first round, man. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
It's tough. I just got you, and I feel like I might lose you again. This is what's scaring me.
Look, let's not worry about that. This is like, I'm like, don't worry. I blocked him on everything, baby. I'm never going to see him. And it's like, this is us on vacation. I run into my ex. And you're just
it's possible, though.
Yeah, it's possible. Look, all I'm saying is right now, we just signed a lease. All right. I blocked him on Instagram. I blocked him on everything. I'm going to therapy.
Okay. As long as you're in therapy.
Knicks fandom, I'm insane. I'm committed to the relationship. I'm trying to make it
work. We're one
work.
player away from being a fucking problem, dude.
I love that. Yes. And you know what? In the past, I'd say really just one, Sam, but now I'm saying, yeah, baby, one motherfucking
Admit that you were hard on RJ Barrett.
I was hard on RJ. Here's what I'll say. I just really was I just was like, it's not going to work yet. I mean, let's be honest. Nobody saw this from fucking Julius Randle. I didn't
see it coming, dude.
That is the missing piece to everything. I wasn't believing until I just went in there. I saw it in person. I felt the vibes. And I thought to myself, why be a guy that's going to sit here and look and fucking nitpick and look for reasons to be sad? Okay. I'm choosing happiness. I'm all in. I can't wait to see what happens. I want the Hawks. And then fuck it. Who gives a fuck who's in the second round? It would be so great to get Hawks and then get the fucking Nets and take some games off the Nets, and maybe somebody gets hurt. Come on, Sammy. Maybe somebody gets hurt.
What do you mean maybe? They can't fucking stay.
Right. Someone will be hurt.
Healthy.
You're right.
Durant is not an All-NBA player this year. He hasn't played enough.
No.
And that's a good reason King Julius will be.
He's the
reigning Eastern Conference Player of the Week. You mock me when I do
Here's
this,
the thing.
but I have spoken this shit into reality.
No, what's happened is you should thank me, because I am Jesus of the Knicks, where I am taking these sins, these hurts. All your insanity. I'm saying, fucking nail me. On one hand, the nail is Julius is an all-star. Boom, nail my fucking right hand. On the other hand, it's Julius is all NBA. Boom.
No.
Then the battle for stake. I'm suffering.
Jesus,
I'm losing.
I'm Jesus, because I suffered for so long, and I finally fucking nail in my hand. Oh, Isaiah Thomas here. Oh, fuck. Another nail in my hand. Stephon Marbury. I've got so much dirt on you. Oh, fuck. I'm a Jew. This works for many reasons.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I do think we're a piece of, like, we play so well together right now. We're just like I think if we got Van Vliet, what a problem we would be.
A point guard that can initiate some offense would be
and shoot
humongous.
And plays D. I mean, a player. I mean, now the word in the street is that Dennis Schroeder is.
I don't hate it. Throw him on.
I don't hate it. I mean, who do you want him? Do you want him or Ball? I mean, honestly, Lonzo's not. I was watching him yesterday, and I was like, what does this guy do? He disappears.
No, I see. I don't know about that. I think Lonzo is. I mean, he found Zion for a couple crazy ones. They have a really great connection.
He's a good passer for sure.
He's a good passer. He's a good defender, and he's made himself into a good shooter. Now, I guess we'll have to see what happens at the end of this season, like where he evens out to, because he's also a very streaky shooter. I like Lonzo a lot, and I think he'd probably be cheaper than Schroeder is my guess.
Schroeder turned down, I think, 4 years, 84 with the Lakers, which is fucking, that's a lot of dough. Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know what you like. I don't know, because Schroeder feels like the kind of guy where it's like, if we had him now in a sort of in a place where he was rehabilitating his career, I'd get it. But like Schroeder coming off a potential championship run and there's no other point guards, it's like, I don't really want to overpay for Dennis Schroeder, really. Although, I don't know, it's a tough position. I mean, and then at the same time, I feel like, isn't point guard shouldn't it be like aren't we a point guard rich league? Like, why is it so hard to find somebody?
Schroeder's not a top 15 point guard.
Yeah. So
I don't think.
No, I don't.
Maybe
think so
maybe we get Kyle Lowry. Maybe we sign him on a short deal. I don't
fuck
know.
it. Let's do it. That would be awesome.
I love Kyle Lowry. I'd be cool with that.
You know who we probably would be awesome to get? Zion Williamson. Would you say we're a Zion Williamson away, Sam? Because
I think it works. We'll be RJ, Julius, and Zion together. The all lefty fucking team.
That's right. We're the lefty team. And let me play a little something here. Some of you might have already heard this. We did retweet it, but it also bears listening to here on the fucking podcast. So let me play this motherfucker real fast. Hold on. Sorry. There we go.
I'm glad you asked that, actually.
Look at the smile.
I mean, New York is the mecca of basketball.
Woo! You hear that, motherfuckers? New York is the mecca of basketball from Zion Williamson. Let's keep it.
And he's in New York, not Brooklyn. I'll tell you another thing. No. There were Durant jerseys in the store. There were no Julius jerseys.
That's right, brother. That's absolutely correct. And here, let's play the rest of this. And by the way, if you haven't seen it, go look at it to see the smile on Zion's face while he's saying all this.
He's beaming.
I love playing. I love playing here. I played here in college, and this is my first time playing here in the pros. And I mean, this atmosphere, you know, whether they're cheering for you, whether they're booing for you, it's amazing. Honestly, I think outside of New Orleans, obviously, I think this might be my favorite place.
I prefer playing in New Orleans. Okay.
Yeah.
Look, man. Yeah. We all the smoothie center or the garden. Who knows?
Yeah.
Which is better? Who knows?
Yeah. No, that outside of New Orleans, obviously, and the way you said it was like, look, outside of New Orleans, like, look, after my wife Jennifer Lopez has a great ass or something. You know, that's the way you fucking say he said that. It's like, yeah, after my wife, I would like to get my wife, excluding my wife, I'd love to get sucked off by the Hadid sisters. That's the way he fucking said it. He was like, of course. But
it's also like, dude, 3,000 people in the Garden. Like that's like it's like you just got fucked with a limp dick. Imagine what I would do with the Viagra when this garden is popping.
I did listen. That was just my fingers. All right, that was just me using fingers and a little bit of tongue because I had tender dick. I had chicken tender. I had chicken tender dick. It was too much. My blood was running fat.
Zion is boys with RJ Barrett. Let's start the fucking dialogue.
Let's start the fucking dialogue, brother. Because not only are they boys,
he could play with Julius because he could shoot.
They're college roommates, not just boys. They are that's like your best friend from college, who you had who you both took some under the table money from Mike Krzyzewski. You guys are bonded in that. Who knows what kind of?
I think it could work with Julius though. Too.
I think it's gonna work beautifully with. And you know what? What? Who's saying Zion's got to take that rookie extension? No player's ever dismissed it, but Zion, listen, we would get him a max deal no matter what. Start the fucking dialogue.
I'm worried about his health because of just his body type and the way he walks and plays. But like, man, if that guy's healthy, there's no denying that he is. Sir. He is. And also, Julius will make up for his weaknesses in the fourth quarter because Julius, you see that step back, dude? Yeah. I mean, fuck him hard. I can't wait.
Yeah, his fucking mid range was awesome, and just like,
and he didn't even shoot well. He had a bad shooting night, and he's still, you know.
Yeah, but it was inefficient.
He's tired.
But he was tired, and Zion was tired too at the end of the overtime. You could tell like that fucking guy's not ready for that. But look, man, it's beautiful to see. I was very happy to see it, and I took after that game, because I'm a true believer, I had to come through and I had to look at certain things. Look, the battle for steak dead and gone, right? That's over. Yeah, we might as well go get steaks next week at this point. Maybe we go get steaks and then go to the fucking game. But either way, that one's gone. I'm all in here. I'm not doubting them. I'm not going to think about draft picks anymore. I don't give a fuck, right? So now all that's really between us is all NBA. And you know what? I have to admit that it is going to come down to the fucking wire. That I don't understand how this happened. And it's because of Kevin Durant getting fucking hurt. And it's because of Anthony Davis there's a lot of injuries. But you know what? It creaked if Julius
I will go so far to say if he doesn't make it, it's a robbery at this point.
Let's look at it, right? Let's see. Yeah. Okay. There's 6 spots. LeBron, I don't care how hurt he is. He's not. He made it that one year. That's his first year with the Lakers. He was third team. He's going to make it, right? Giannis is going to make it without question. Kawhi is going to make it without question.
Paul George.
Let's say Paul George for sure too. I tend to agree, but I don't know. I would say Kawhi over PG, but for me, the 3 super duper locks are right there. It would have been Kevin Durant, but there's no way you can give. Can you give KD all NBA?
It would be despicable.
He hasn't played that many fucking games. Here's a questionable one. Now we're talking, okay, between Jason Tatum, Jimmy Butler, and Paul George, does
Jimmy?
Zion,
you can't get Jim. Definitely not Jimmy.
Well, if he finishes the season strong, who knows? It's a possibility. I don't know. I don't know that. Well, okay. So let's say he doesn't. So then it's like, then you're looking at Tatum, who's coming on super duper strong.
How about Ben Simmons? That's where is he a guard or is he going to be?
I think he's a guard. And that's the other thing. Guard is going to be so difficult that it's like, do some of these guys that
Durant has played 24 games. He's out.
You can't give it to Durant. What about how many has Jimmy played?
I'll check.
And then AD, I don't think he gets it.
Not right? Even, there's not a chance.
Because he wasn't playing that great even when before he was hurt. He was just kind of going through the motions.
Yeah, Draymond said he knew a superstar who was in very bad shape, and he wouldn't say who. And I'm like, it must have been AD.
It's got to be AD, dude. It could also be KD. I mean, I guess no, it's probably AD.
Oh, okay. Well, shit, Butler's played 41, it seems.
Yeah, dude. And so Butler's a real possibility. Tatum's a real possibility.
Although I will say this. Yeah, he's a possibility, but it's hard to argue with Julius. Knicks have a better record, and
that's
Julius
what I'm saying.
More games. I mean,
it used to be the conversation that's like, well, these guys are going to end better in the season. That's out the window now, and I'm fucking sweating this fucking bet that I thought for sure was money in the bank, and then KD, that fucking cocksucker's got a tweet instead of fucking do rehab, and he tweaks his hamstring again, and it's just AD, who knows what he's up to. They fucked me in the ass, but you know what? We'll see what happens. We'll see what this is part of the dialogue that we're just gonna have to keep.
I started this dialogue a while ago. And I spoke it into existence. I think what Knicks fans have to do is put energy into the world, and that energy, it comes back. And being a Knicks fan, you have to believe, man, because we have been an abused and beaten down fan base because there were so many dark years, but we do respond when these guys fight, and this team is just fucking fighting, and it's Julius's leadership. Like, you can't. I'm sorry, like, no knock on Paul George, but you can't tell me that he's a better leader than Julius Randle.
I love it.
Is he a better leader than Julius? No.
Is he a better player throughout his career? I think would be the question. But listen, you're right.
Julius has come alive now.
Listen, he's got most improved player locked. There's no way he doesn't win that.
And what's funny is RJ's in the top 5 for other most improved, right?
You can't give it to second-year players, dude. That's just like they're supposed to improve that much. I think Ja
didn't improve.
What are you talking about? Ja didn't improve.
Look at his numbers. They're worse, I think.
Yeah, but he's dealing with the fucking. I mean, they're winning pretty well in the Western Conference.
They were winning whatout him, though.
And they had a great he had
Jonas Valanciunas is playing great ball. And he had a
great junior or whatever freshman year.
He's shooting 27% from 3.
Yeah, he's not a great 3-point shooter.
27% from 3. 18 and 7. Yeah,
what I'm telling you is that young players aren't eligible for those awards because they're still figuring it out. I mean,
Ja Morant he's 18.7 and 7. Last year he was 17.8 and 7.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
just saying, if we're talking about improvements, he didn't improve really that much.
It's not fucking linear. Come on. It's so funny how you even I come at you and I say
Jonas Valanciunas is 17 and 13 this year.
Okay, what about fucking all right, then let's go to your fucking King. Let's go back to King Julius. Who's better, Valanciunas or Julius? Who's playing with a better player?
I'm saying that the Grizzlies are getting a lot. Okay, yeah, I'll give it to you. But I'm saying my point is the Grizzlies were balling.
My point is that you can't give it to young players because the first couple years, it's like they haven't established themselves enough to say what they're improving from. That's all I'm saying.
So
from a rookie season to a sophomore season, I think it's got to start third year and up is when it really happens.
Who has had a more improved season at this age of their career in NBA history is a good question.
Probably Oladipo, and that's it. I mean, in NBA history, Oladipo in recent memory, but the last few guys that have won, like
Jimmy, it took Jimmy a while.
But Jimmy was more like he did it in chunks. This and Oladipo were just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, having you superstar out of nowhere, and it's certainly I mean, Oladipo. That's not a great omen, but then again, what derailed Oladipo was multiple injuries, and Julius really hasn't had.
T-Mac had a huge jump, but he was younger. He was in the league a few years.
He had a huge jump, but it's not the same thing. Yeah.
Billups
is not the same thing either because Billups was kind of like it was like a steady accumulation of skills and like know-how and shit like that.
I don't know, dude. He really. Let me see. Let's look at Billups' numbers because it took him a while, dude. He's a dude that.
But I feel like he was a guy who had solid numbers for a while and then really made his bones in the playoffs and then kind of capitalized off that. Whereas with Julius, this kind of came out of fucking nowhere.
That's fair. Yeah, he went up. He did have a 4-point a game improvement.
I mean, it's nothing compared to the statistical changes between. Like, this is a day and night different player than who he's been his whole career.
No, it's true. He's in the right position right now. Given his shooting, I think you could build around him in a number of ways because he's not a one-dimensional player.
Yeah. Listen. If this player that he's been this year is the guy that you're gonna have going forward, this is an incredible player to have, and we just have to see.
He's better than Porzingis. Would you now admit that you'd rather have him? Because you fucking were not biting on that.
you can't fucking you can't just take a little time, let me fucking settle in. You have to get everything. You have to get everything.
This is like someone who cheated on you. This is like someone who cheated on you, and you're like, and why did you do that? Why do you say this?
Can't we just have a nice time? Can't we look? We're going out. I'm taking you to your favorite place. Can't we talk about this in the morning?
I'm gonna get all dolled up in my favorite.
It's like
Julius jersey.
The night started so great, and then you're 6 margaritas in, and you're like, yeah, and you say it was better than Porzingis, didn't you? And I'm like, not right now. And I have to look, and I'm like, sorry guys, we're with our friends. I'm like, he's joking. This is a big joke we have, and I'm like, what the fuck is your problem? Mark, I respect Mark.
We're walking on the street. I just stop, and you're like, "Oh fuck, here we go." Because you never
like,
really,
I
you never
fake a
thought
phone
that
call.
was valuable.
Yeah, I fake a phone call. I'm like, guys, oh, this is so embarrassing. I have an emergency. I got to get out of here. And we're just in the Uber back, and I'm like, you fucking, can we talk about Porzingis tomorrow? Can we just talk about the fucking draft? And you know what? The Dallas draft picks are going to be good, you fucking bitch.
Well, we don't know about that anymore. That shit might have sailed, but
no, that's
dude.
me. That's me being like, and guess what? Those aren't going to be good picks. Like, always got to, you spoiled brat.
I am annoyed, but I'm glad. Let me just say this in all sincerity.
Yeah,
I'm glad to have you back.
I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be geared up for the stretch run. It's going to be we're going to go to the
I hope we get that 4 or 5 seeds so we don't have to meet the Bucks in the first round also.
Yes, that would be heartbreaking. I'd love to attend a playoff game together, fully 100% united. That would be an incredible feeling.
You're fucking ISIS to me if you go to a Knicks Bucks playoff game in that Giannis high school jersey you have. You're a terrorist. I will tell them like pat him down at security.
Yeah, you're gonna plant a fucking explosive on me and be like, he should go in again. You're like,
I don't do cocaine. What the fuck? And I'm like, bye.
Yeah, you sneak into my apartment and you put cocaine on the Giannis jersey just in case I wear it. You're like, it's up to him. If he doesn't wear the jersey, he'll be fine.
Dude, they call him Mr. Tibbs. Does Budenholzer want Tibbs in the first round?
No, Tibbs has got some fucking. Tibbs is putting him in a gimp suit and just fucking his wife viciously. That's what's happening. If we see Tibbs is going to make Budenholzer, he's going to put a dildo in Budenholzer's ass and make him lick it off if they play each other, dude. And he's going to say, thank you, Thomas, Mr. Thomas. And he's like, never use my first name, slave. And now eat my ass while I fuck your wife from the back.
Fuck.
Yes, sir.
Fuck. Just cuts to a Knicks sweep. You're like, how the fuck did that happen? No, I would honestly, I wouldn't want to play us, dude. We are scrappy. We fucking fight.
It would be an annoying, that would be a tough out. That's the definition of tough out, is a fucking team that is just like, it's conceivable that they beat you, even if it's not probable, but even if you win, it's not going to be easy. And there's no way, no one wants this team. Everyone wants to avoid them. You would so much rather play like the soft ass Hawks than you would, or, whoever's coming out of the fucking play-in tournament, which
I wish there were good free agents, because I think are now finally again an attractive free agent destination. Heard Zion. I think that represents more than just Zion. I think you feel a different energy coming out of the Garden, and the front office has made the right changes, and Tibbs is a fucking great coach.
Yeah.
Demands a lot, but that is what he is a New York guy. He's from Connecticut. He was part of the 90s Knicks. He gets it, dude.
He was on that staff for sure.
They call him Mr. Tibbs.
A Van Gundy disciple for sure, 100%.
Yeah. Oh, I love Van Gundy too. I loved him as much as I don't like it when he calls games.
Yeah, he's brutal. You got to get him back on the fucking court so he's not calling games anymore.
Were people hating on Doris Burke? What happened?
No, I don't think so. Why?
I saw on Twitter something like people were like not liking Doris. I think
crazy.
She's one of the best.
Doris is head and shoulders above Van Gundy. She's probably the best. She's probably the best color commentator.
She's one of the best for
that
sure.
that ESPN has. Like who do you even like better on ESPN?
She's great. I mean, and no one comes close to me to the combo of Breen and Walt. It's gold. It really is gold.
I think Breen and Doris did a game together. It was awesome. I think they did a Knicks game together one day when they were on national TV.
I mean, Walt is the best because he just makes you laugh the whole game.
Yeah, totally. 100%.
Because he's legitimately hilarious. Where Van Gundy, you're just like, oh, geez, here we go.
Yeah. You're just like, all right, Jeff, we get it. Yeah, dude, it was but yeah, a great experience being in there live, and I'm excited to go to the fucking game next week.
I'm excited, dude.
And
let's fucking go. If I have a spot at 10:30, otherwise I would want to go to that game on Wednesday against fuckboy Trae Young. It's an 8:00 game though. I don't know if I could swing.
Oh yeah, I don't think I can do Wednesday either. I think, but that would be tough. That would be a fun one to watch. But who knows?
Trae is probably fun live, honestly. For jacking shots. He'd be a fun guy to.
For sure. I mean, it was cool. I will say it was awesome to watch Zion when he just got up.
Amazing.
And that's the Pelicans are such a weird team. Oh, and the other thing I need to say is thank God the Pelicans didn't win off of a fucking Eric Bledsoe performance. Do you know how fucking annoyed I would have been?
I was so annoyed.
It would have been fucking brutal. If I had watched Eric Bledsoe win a game against the Knicks while I'm finally all in, I would have had to immediately go outside, go to 7th Avenue and light up a nice pre-roll of Cushy Dreams, of high quality CBD from our friends over at cushydreams.com. Just to relax me, because I would have been so fucking pissed off.
I would have had to smoke a dream and been like, is Steven Adams killing us in the whole first half?
Yeah,
what the hell happened?
The fucking rebounding, the first half, there needed to be a little hustle smoked by the New York Knicks to keep Steven Adams off the boards, because it wasn't a huge rebounding disparity, but it made a big difference.
The offensive boards were brutal. Taj, that's why you need Taj, because he is very physical, where Julius just is exhausted. He plays so many minutes, and Nerlens is a great shot blocker.
Through him, yeah.
Exactly. He's a great shot blocker. He's not really as great. He's not as good. Taj is a great rebounder. That's how he's stayed in the NBA this long. 100%.
And I hear his secret is for recovery is high quality CBD from our friends at cushydreams.com. And you know what? Taj isn't some fucking soft guy who's going to sit here and eat CBD gummies or CBD oils or tinctures or any other that fucking bullshit. No.
That word tincture annoys me too.
Yeah. It does with me as well. Taj Gibson is smoking his fucking CBD. The New York Knicks, the tough-minded, the gritty, the fucking unstoppable, the defensive juggernaut that is the New York Knicks, they smoke their fucking CBD, and we do too, and you can as well. If you go to fucking cushydreams.com, that's KUSHY dreams.com, go there, fucking pick whatever you want. You want a little tin of flower CBD? You just want a little eighth of that shit? It's coming vacuum sealed right for your ass. You want a pre-roll, which me and Sam are pre-roll fans. They got them in a whole gram pre-roll, or our favorite, the premium reserve silver, whatever the fuck line. It's some kind of nice special name. You find that on the fucking website and you get it because we love it. They're little 1/2 gram joints. Beautiful. One sitting, you're sitting out. I feel it's the fucking ritual, right? I haven't smoked weed in like 3 months at this point.
And I don't really like weed that much. I'm
a big weed guy, humongous weed guy. And I got to say, when I'm really, because I'm on a little bit of a health kick here, Sam, as the listeners know. And when I really am fucking fiending, when I really just want that ritual of getting a little buzz going, a little something, and even just the oral fixation of fucking smoking, it feels nice to smoke a joint on your balcony, have a little fucking diet root beer. That's kind of, I'm getting in the diet soda zone recently. Nothing finer than smoking one of those little 1/2 gram joints. They come in little packs from our friends at cushydreams.com.
I'll go downstairs. I'll just go downstairs and light one. It's kind of nice. Or sometimes I'll sit on my couch and light one. It's kind of nice to be outdoors with. There's something very.
It is nice. That's the thing about Queens, baby. I got a little balcony. I got a little more space than you do. You're in a nicer location, but There's no Serbians outside fist fighting in tank tops, but I got a full balcony to smoke cushy dreams on. So if you want to be like me and Sammy, folks, go to cushydreams.com. That's KUSHY dreams.com. Use promo code PODDON'T. That's PODDONT, and you'll get 20% off your order. So go there, go fucking crazy. Enjoy that fucking CBD, you motherfuckers.
Love it.
Yeah. Anyway, like I was saying, things are picking up a little bit here with the NBA. I mean, look, there's a couple more weeks of doldrums, but the play-in tournament is a month from now, which will be here before we fucking know it. And there's some close. I mean, there's a lot of close, like the Raptors at the end, right? The 10 seed is the Raptors have 24 wins. The Chicago Bulls have 23 wins. The Wizards have 23 wins. They're all vying for that 10 spot, that last spot in the tournament. And then, you have the fucking Hawks, Celtics, Knicks, Heat, all have 31 wins.
Knicks really have to win their games this week because we have the Hornets, who are the 8 seed, and we have the Hawks this week, and we have the Raptors. We got to win all the. We got to win at least two of those games.
Those are big games, and I mean the Knicks right now are tied for the best streak in the league with the despicable Boston Celtics. So it would be nice to get the Knicks to keep
Tatum is on
rolling.
fire. He's
Tatum's
really on fire.
But yeah, it's important. So there's stuff to watch is basically my point. And then of course, like we made the point before, the Sixers have kind of come back. They've taken the number 1 seed. They're a game and a half ahead of the Nets. And the Bucks interested in trying? I don't fucking know. But the Nets keep getting fucking hurt. KD's fucking hurt again. Who knows?
There's no way you never get all 3 of them. It's hilarious. It's like.
Yeah, and so I mean, could it work out where they all get healthy right at the same fucking time? Maybe, I guess.
Durant clearly has a lot of nagging injuries though, right?
There's a lot going on for sure, and so who knows what you're going to get? And where the fuck is James Harden? I mean, Harden just tweaked his hamstring. Now at the same time, since the Murray injury, it's kind of opened up my eyes where I'm like, you know what? If these guys have to sit 2 weeks. But they're definitely going to be healthy for the playoffs. If they sit 2 weeks and then don't play back-to-backs until the playoffs, fine, fuck it.
But
I don't care.
Isn't it weird that they haven't played together at all? Like we've never seen this before. The year that Miami Heat did it, they played together.
It's super weird. It's super weird. Not only is it weird, but it's like no team has done it except the Celtics, right? Like, and that team did it by being. They were just the perfect mix of personalities and on the court roles in a way that these Nets, like, they seem to really like each other, and they seem to be a good mix, but that doesn't mirror the mix on the court like the Celtics. I mean, can you think of a better mix?
By the way, did you see Durant on that podcast leaving Russ off that?
I think there's something more to that. I meant to look that up. I think there's more to that than that clip. I think they clipped that. I think he put Russ on there. I want to say that there was.
I think he forgot, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, Russ is on there." I think he forgot. But still, just like, how do you forget Russ?
Yeah, because you're so in the fucking, he's been trying to forget those years. But the other thing I want to say, there was another thriller, the Jazz versus the Lakers bums. The Lakers bench has fucking kept them. I mean, they beat the Jazz in another thriller.
Yeah.
They're staying.
Poor Donovan Mitchell, man. I hope speedy recovery to Spider. I fucking love watching him, man.
That's a brutal one, but he seems to be fine. It's
a low ankle sprain, right? But but he seemed to be. He couldn't walk.
Low is better than high, though. Low is like the traditional ankle sprains that we all get, where it sucks dick, but you're fine in a week or two. High is the shit LeBron has, where it's like you almost fucked your shit up, and you're going to be out anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks.
You know what fascinates me about the West is, I'll say it, coming off Western Conference Player of the Week, Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors, like they could fuck you up in a play-in game.
In a play-in game, yes. In a series, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, well, dude, what if the Jazz, say Mitchell doesn't get better, and what if the Jazz get them 1-8? No way.
Not a problem. Not a problem for the Jazz.
Probably not. I'm just starting a dialogue.
I think if you're the Mavericks, though, you know what I mean, and you have to face the Warriors in a play-in, that's a fucking problem. You know what I mean? I think if you're the Grizzlies, because right now the Warriors are at 9,
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they can get all the way up to 7 or some shit, which I don't see. I mean, I don't know. The Mavs are hard to say because we had that nice win over them. And they were kind of cruising. Then they're just they lose to Sacramento after that. That's it. You can't lose to them. I mean, listen, I love the Kings, but they're done this season. Nothing's fucking happening there. And so they have Detroit coming up in a couple days, and then they have the Lakers, which I don't think LeBron will be back. I think AD is supposed to be back potentially by one of the Mavericks games.
Man, the Lakers, yeah, this is interesting. The Lakers fall to 6, say. I would love for the Blazers and the Nuggets in the first round. That would be a fun series. Man, the Clippers-Lakers first round is a possibility.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. And it's a matter of does AD come back? But even if he comes back, they said he's going to be on a severe minutes restriction. So it's really like, will they go on some kind of tear at the end of the season? Will LeBron want to do that? I don't know. It'll be.
How about this first round, Mavs versus Phoenix?
That'll be a fun one to watch. And
fun series.
Yeah, and I think
Phoenix has them, but I mean,
yeah. No, that'll be cool. Yeah.
Although that could be a series. That could be like a career defining series for Luka though. If he wins, that's like, oh shit,
Totally. That's a great point too. That would be huge because he came up very big in the bubble. Although the more time passes, the more it's like, man, the bubble seems like an outlier. It seems like a different universe. But I have to say, I enjoyed the bubble, the quality of basketball in the bubble. It's a shame that it'll never go back to that because that was good basketball, bro. We saw some incredible performances. And of course, we saw some meltdowns because some teams could not handle it and they just weren't made for it. But as far as the actual basketball goes, when these guys don't have to fucking travel, Dame was playing out of his fucking mind. It was just like,
that was fun, man. Even Phoenix went on that run.
Yeah, they went 8-0 and they missed the playoffs. That was great. It was awesome.
But it was just fun to watch. Hey, did you see the tweet from Earl the Pearl Monroe about KP?
I did not. What did he say?
Earl Monroe, Knicks legend, wrote, "Is it just me, or has Porzingis gone from franchise player with Knicks to functional, skilled big with the Mavs?"
Earl the Pearl coming in, joining Twitter like a week ago and just shitting on Porzingis. I love it, dude. That guy is old as fuck. Do you know how bad it must feel to be getting dunked on by a fucking 70-year-old man who just learned about the internet? He's dunking on Porzingis from an iPad, probably. He's probably got big ass fucking glasses. He's got his reading glasses on the tip of his nose, and he's like, Porzingis is trash. Just with big ass Siri.
He was, dude. He's one of those players that you still watch clips of, and you're like, "Fuck, he's amazing." Like that. Yeah. That's how good Earl the Pearl is. That you see like him spinning, you're like, "Oh yeah, he's fucking." Most of those guys, you're like, not all the time.
Backcourt. Right? I mean, him and fucking Clyde is just like
Rolls Royce backcourt, brother.
Rolls Royce backcourt. Yeah, that's modern basketball right there. Those guys.
Dude, Walt Frazier, man, just the coolest, fucking coolest ever.
The absolute fucking coolest guy. So anyway, there's some stuff to watch. Where does Dallas end? How hot can the Warriors stay? It's ironic too, because it's like this hot streak basically has come because Wiseman's not there, and it's the reality is like just put Steph with just shitty players and not just shitty players that are 19 and see what he can do. And so it has been sort of fun, and maybe it's showing Wiseman proves himself more and more to be a mistake. I mean, I hope not, but
I still have a good feeling about that kid.
I don't think he's going to be bad, but it's like if you're the Warriors, you needed a guy that could fucking at least contribute right away, even if he wasn't going to contribute at the level that he one day will. And that's just not Wiseman.
I still think he has value. I still think the team will.
He has value, but honestly, they should. I think they should trade him. And at this point, he's injured. Like he would have had a lot more value if he played okay.
You could trade him in the offseason and maybe package him with whatever pick they get, and maybe they get a fucking. We'll see. We'll see what they do.
That's what's I'm really interested in this fucking draft, especially not just the draft lottery, because so much shit hinges on this, right? Like if the Wolves keep their pick. Right? If it's top 3, then the Wolves could get a really good player and just be good. And then the Warriors are fucked. Then the Warriors get like a, maybe it goes from a top
the
number
Wolves
4
might
pick.
The Wolves, you're right, they might be kind of a problem.
That's what I'm saying.
Year.
If they keep that pick, because it's top 3 protected, if it's top 3 protected in this draft, if they get like a fucking, they're talking about, Cade Cunningham, who looks incredible, or Jalen Suggs, or I don't know. There's other players. I have to look into the draft more. We got to get our fucking guy in here to fucking
Jonathan.
We got to get our boy John to get in here and give us the
who
breakdown.
told us to fucking draft Halliburton weeks before the draft, and we bought in.
Me and you
look
were
what
all
happened.
In. Yeah.
Look what the fuck happened.
We need Was in here, baby. We need Was on the NBA, but
we could have had Halliburton too.
That now the dick is getting very hard, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but,
dude. I felt
especially
the move.
because
I felt the move over Zoom, man.
What's crazy is ostensibly Obi was Randall's replacement. You know what I mean? Like they play the exact same position. So it's like this front office did get bailed out, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. We got to move forward. There's no going back, Sammy.
No going back.
What the fuck were we just talking about? I just fucking spaced out. God damn, dude. I've been doing this diet now
about having Jonathan Wasserman back on the show.
Oh, the Wolves. So if the Wolves get a top 3 pick, that's a very high quality player from a lot. Like
no question.
People are claiming that the guys in this draft at the top are better than anyone in the last draft, which with the possible they might be LaMelo like level players because no one gave LaMelo the respect he deserved. It looks like, right?
Or dude, Edwards looks like a player. Like this draft kind of got no respect.
Edwards too, but I think like they're saying
that's
the
what
top
I meant.
Guys,
Who'd I say?
You said Edwards. I was agreeing.
Right.
I was agreeing.
Oh, okay. Right.
So what I'm saying is if they get a player that's LaMelo level, right, on the Wolves, and clearly this new coach, they like playing with him. He like so I guess I'm not gonna say no disrespect to Saunders, but some disrespect to Saunders because clearly he did not know what the fuck he was doing with that team, and his guys were never healthy.
They never played together.
To give him some credit, I know, but the point is, this
Towns
draft
when he's
lottery,
healthy is a fucking pro.
Not just healthy, but also mentally ready to fucking play this season.
Poor guy.
Think about what the guy's been through the last year.
He's such a likable guy too. You see him in interviews. He seems like such a good kid. So you're just like, fuck, give this kid a break, man.
And so that the Warriors franchise could go from having the number 4 pick in a loaded draft to getting like the number 12 pick in next year's draft. Like that could happen to them, right? At the same time, the who else has a weird situation? The Thunder and the Heat and the Rockets. The Rockets could either get a top 4 pick or they have to take the Heat's pick and swap because they swap with the Thunder, and the Thunder also own the Heat. It's a convoluted thing, but the Rockets, depending on the way the lottery goes, could end up with a top 4 pick or the Miami Heat pick. So it's like there's so much shit riding on this fucking lottery, and it just like everyone's tanking, and it could be for who knows what. So it's just a very interesting lottery that has a lot of that can really affect a lot of different teams in the ways that it goes. So I'm really excited about that. And I do want to dive into these new guys soon.
I can't wait. One more thing about the playoffs I just looked at.
Yeah.
It's kind of strange. Right now, the Miami Heat are the 7th seed. Okay.
Yeah.
Say they make it in at the 7th seed and they get the Brooklyn Nets in the first round and the Brooklyn Nets ain't healthy.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Imagine getting the Miami Heat when you're the number 2 seed. How fucking unfair is that?
And how fucking pumped the Heat would be to have that situation. They would really fucking.
I still don't think the Heat will win, but that is a fucking tough first round matchup.
But if they catch them when they're not like, it's like if it's the kind of thing where they needed that series to get back into health and they catch the Heat instead of like the Hornets, you know what I mean? Like that's brutal. Yeah, that would be very interesting. I mean, that's the thing about these games do start to matter the closer we get to the playoffs, obviously, and because of the play-in tournament, they matter more. So that's why I'm saying I think maybe this week the Knicks we got to win our games this week, so there's something to watch there. But by next week, by 2 weeks away from the playoff, from the play-in tournament, every game is going to start fucking mattering, and nothing is really super locked up. I mean, even at the top, it's like the Suns are within a game and a half of the Jazz, as are the Clippers. right? The Clippers or I guess they have the same amount of wins, but they have more losses than the Suns. And then at the top of the East, the Sixers and the Nets are right there, and the Bucks are, probably at 3, locked in at 3. They're 4 games behind, but they're only 2.5 behind the Nets. So who knows?
Right now it's Bucks and Knicks.
Right now it's Bucks and Knicks. Yes, it is. That would be.
I hope for our friendship that doesn't happen, because
I hope so too.
It'll put a strain on the podcast for sure.
Look, I want to root for the Knicks wholeheartedly in a playoff series. I 100%.
No, I know you do. I totally appreciate, where you're coming from with Giannis. I know you're a diehard. I normally am annoyed by people that follow players, but in your case, I'm not, because it really is sincere. And
right.
I've watched you be a fan when he wasn't a good player.
Since he was drinking smoothies, since he was a string bean. I'm so pissed. I went to Greece 5 years ago, and I got a commemorative Milko bottle, which is Milko is like a knockoff Yoo-hoo from Greece. And it had 19-year-old Giannis on it. And I saved it. And my cousin was mocking me. He was like, what the fuck? That's trash. He's like, why are you saving this? I was like, one day this will be important. And I lost it in my it's not in my stuff from my move. Like I had like a bunch of old stuff from Baltimore. I can't find it. But I was in from the moment he was drafted.
A Greek mover just grabbed it.
Yeah. He pilfered it, that fucking piece of shit. A maintenance guy saw it in my storage unit and just fucking took it. I made their Greek Easter next week. That's gonna be
that would have been fun to just have.
I'm pissed about that.
I get it. And like, here's the thing. If it weren't the Knicks, I am rooting for Giannis's guys, just because it's tough to see. It kind of reminds me of Dirk when he was younger, and like he was a likable foreign guy. They kept coming up short in the playoffs, and it just made you kind of root for him. It made you root for Peyton Manning back in the day, where you're like, fuck, a great regular season guy who can't catch a break.
That's an interesting one, because Giannis's numbers in the regular season are almost like a detriment to him now, because it's like they so outpace what he's done in the playoffs that it's like this fucking monkey on his back. So yeah, he's a. I don't
want to root against them, but you fucking better believe I'm fucking face painting my shit at a playoff game. It's going so fucking hard. Let's go.
I'm so in, dude. I can't fucking wait.
I'm going like David Putty to a fucking Devils game, dude.
I am praying for Hawks Knicks in the first round, because it would.
I'm praying too, because I think it's gonna be the Knicks and the Celtics.
That would be good too, but it's like I'll
fucking lose my shit.
I would love to root against that, but I just I would just like to root against.
I think last time we got Boston in the playoffs, so we took them out though.
I don't even. When the fuck even was that?
It was like 7 years ago, probably. It was the year.
Yeah.
J.R. Smith talked a lot of shit, and then they started like pushing us, and I was like, we should have swept them.
Yeah. I remember.
It might have been Pierce and Garnett's last year on Boston. They had Jason Terry, I remember. Terry and JR got into shit. And Terry was such a likable player too. So you're like, God damn, just fucking be quiet, JR. Let's just beat them, But
yeah, no, I'm with you, dude. 100%. Yeah, it'll be interesting. My dick is on hard. And listen, if you're one of these fans that does not like when it's Knicks talk, this wasn't the episode for you, pal.
I'm sorry, but what do you want? It's a 6-game winning streak. I've been in hell for fucking years.
I was there. I witnessed it. I saw an overtime win. I was baptized in the waters of that overtime win, and I came out a true believer.
I want to hold your head and just dip you. Just dip you, and you just come up in a fucking Julius jersey somehow.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
All right, let's read a couple of our favorite here of we have some nice 5-star reviews. We're going to read those, and we're going to get out of our way here. Just a couple this week. Let's see here. Oh wait, I guess we only have one. This is from Mike Natriello, who says, please do a Pod Don't Lie Talking Sopranos crossover. We'd love to. Words can't describe the magic that occurs when this Hellenic king and his Knicks fan friend get together to chop it up about the NBA. It's got a little something for everyone. Knicks delusion for the New York set, Bucks Giannis delusion for the Midwest, and cushy dreams for the West Coast listener. What the people really want, though, is a Talking Sopranos and PDL crossover. Think about it. You have a comedy scene staple and Knicks fan in Steve Sharippa, and a man who's used to talking to a passionate man of size in Michael Imperioli. The match with the brothers of PDL is clear. Please make it happen. The 3 to 10 people worldwide who never miss an episode of either show would surely love it. Hey, man, we would love to have either Steve Sharippa or Michael Imperioli on. And you know what? We need to start doing, Sam? We need to start doing like dream guests and figuring out who like we're going to try, who we need to get. And I think Steve Sharippa would be a great one because
Michael Imperioli too. He's both huge Knicks fan. Yeah. Imperioli, I remember
go ahead.
Oh no, Imperioli, I remember at the All-Star game years ago. I think it was when it was in New York. They asked him to do a promo thing where he just said to them at the Heat, and he said no. And they were like, "Well, it's got nothing to do." I remember him being really stubborn about it. And they said, "It's got nothing to do with the Knicks." He goes, "It's got everything to do with it." He was that stubborn.
Fucking rules, dude.
And also, Sopranos is to me, it's not even close. No show comes close to the greatness.
I'm with you 100%. We are avid Sopranos #1 guys for sure.
The greatest show of all time.
I love both those guys. And Sharippa though like worked in comedy for a while, so we probably have like some people that know him that we know. But anyway, that's good. We're gonna put both Steve Sharippa and Michael Imperioli on our newly formed dream guest board, and we're gonna have that. We need to throw that on the Patreon and see who has any suggestions. But thank you, Mike Natriello, for that 5-star review. Guys, please keep giving us those 5-star reviews. We will read them on the show if you do, and if they're not too long. But please also sign up for the Patreon. We're fucking headed towards, we're rifling towards the fucking postseason. You need this twice a week fucking.
Yeah, you do. You really do.
This beautiful twice a week breakdown.
And we'll hit other teams. I know that I get carried
this
away
was
with
a week
Knicks
where
sometimes.
I got to tell you, being in the Garden in person, it was so good. And look, we got carried away this week, but guess what? Suck our fucking little fucking nuts. Okay. But thank you to the Hard Dick 1300 plus who are now subscribed to the Patreon. We love you. And like I said, in May, you're going to get that one-on-one game after I've fucking trained a little bit more.
I'll be training for it, brother.
Lost a couple more pounds.
I'm working on my 3-ball.
I have not shot a basketball in a year, but it doesn't matter because I like the Knicks. I'm going to win off grittiness, determination, and a couple of cheap shots that the refs don't see.
I patterned my game off King Julius, man. Mid-range threes. I don't have the size, but I've got the young dragon inside me.
That's right. You got the young dragon, the dragon's blood inside you. Anyway, guys, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And we will talk to you on the Patreon later this week. Bye-bye.
Keep the dialogue going for King Julius. All NBA. All NBA.
Except for that. But everything else, keep the dialogue going.